Hi everybody, Tim here with tonight's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 1, Episode 15, If Wishes Were Horses. So this was an okay episode. It wasn't the greatest, but it definitely wasn't the worst. It was kind of fun and interesting. So the basic plot of this is, for whatever reason, everybody's imagination starts coming true, which is where the title comes from. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. So, and everything people want ends up happening. So, for example, we start seeing Cisco, I just lost his name. Cisco, like one of his favorite baseball players, comes to life. Dr. Brazier, who's had a crush on Dax since the pilot, like clones her and gets his own Dax to his specifications. Quark gets women. The people gambling in Quark's bar start winning, much to his upset. And there's just all sorts of stuff going on. It's kind of interesting. Like, one of the lines that I kind of liked was Quark says that Odo should go to the holosuite and he could make a shape-shifting girlfriend to commingle. And it's like, that's kind of something that we see later on when Odo starts mixing with people. So that's kind of interesting. So the episode starts off with Chief O'Brien reading to Molly the story of Rumpelstiltskin, and then Rumpelstiltskin coming to life, because that's the imagination part, which that's interesting in a couple aspects. For one, Rumpelstiltskin is played by Michael Anderson. For those that are like David Lynch fans, for like Blue Velvet or Twin Peaks, it's that guy. That, you know who I'm talking about, is that guy. So that's interesting. And then I was reading about the making of this, and evidently originally they wanted it to be a leprechaun, and Colomini just shut that down. He's like, no. Because if you guys watched my review for the Next Generation episode, Up the Long Ladder, where it's basically a planet of Irish folk, and they have to move them off the planet, Colomini hated that episode. Like, he was completely against it. He thought it was cliche, he thought it was ridiculous, and he just didn't like it. But he was kind of a minor player in that aspect, to be honest with you, with the series. Here we are, years later, Deep Space Nine. He's one of the main actors. His name is in the credits. And he said that he shut him down. He was like, no, we're not doing cliches. We're not doing something ridiculous. Pick something different. And so they went with Rumpelstiltskin, which, I mean, it's fine. It works. So we see that, and as the show progresses, different stuff starts happening. Like, I like there's Emu, the bird, the flightless bird, running around the promenade, and Odo's like trying to chase it. He gives it some weird, funky name. It's like an alien life form. It's an emu. We know it's an emu. So I thought that was kind of funny. It starts snowing on the promenade, just all sorts of hell's breaking loose. And then on top of all this, there ends up being like this fissure in space. And it's basically going to destroy the space station. So just jumping all the way to the end, they realize that this fissure is actually part of their imagination. It was Dax's fault. It's always Dax's fault. And once they calm that down, everything goes away, and just magically, everything goes back to normal. So finally, the baseball player comes back to Cisco and says, so we're actually an alien life form from a different part of the galaxy. And this is just kind of how we communicate. And this is how we wanted to say hi, because we don't understand how your imagination works. And so it ended up being a first contact. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like I said, this episode wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was a first contact episode. So for those who have seen this one, did you guys like it? Did you think it was fun, or did you think it was just cheese? Did you want to see these aliens again? I honestly don't remember if we ever see them again. I seriously doubt it. I feel like this is just the alien of the week type thing. So go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for the YouTube subscriptions. Thank my cat Harley for meowing in the background. Thank everybody. And I will see you guys next time for The Forsaken.